Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of the Multifamily Mixtape. I am Mark Sharp, and I'm here again today to talk to you about some stuff that's just on my mind. By the time this episode airs, we will be roughly 1 week-ish away from Apartmentalize, which is National Apartment Association's biggest conference of the year. Some would say it's the most fun conference of the year, but that is relative, really, because it just depends on what you like to do. I know a lot of people that love Advocate. They think Advocate is the best conference of the year. And personally, not my speed. I do not do politics, but I understand the importance of politics in multifamily, but I just don't care for it. But Apartmentalize for me personally is my favorite conference of the year as far as NAA is concerned because of the networking opportunities, the 90 plus education sessions, the huge expo, and just getting to reconnect with industry peers and friends that you have met over the years. And it's the one or two times, three times if you go to the conferences where you get to see your friends and hang out and do that kind of stuff. So I'm actually looking forward to it. It's in Las Vegas this year, which you probably know. If you're watching this, you are probably aware of the apartment industry and you know that it's in Vegas. But I'm looking forward to it. I love Las Vegas, not because of the gambling, not because of that kind of thing. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe. It's very, I don't know. I just love it. That's all I can say. I don't know. Weird. But question. My last episode, I talked about mental health and maintenance training and how the two of them are somewhat combined. And I had done I did a mental health seminar for a local apartment association this past week. And instead of it being tailored specifically towards maintenance, I did some more research and redid the entire presentation to just talk about the multifamily industry in general. Okay. So some of it is still maintenance related, but a lot of it is just for the entire industry. It's for maintenance, operations, supplier partners. And it really got me to think about what sort of education offerings are there at Apartmentalize that had anything to do with mental health? Either the app search functions aren't working, or the keywords aren't working, or the tracks aren't working. But when I tried to search for mental health or health and wellness, zero sessions. Again, I want to disclaimer, I could be wrong. Did I go through all 90 education sessions and click on them to see what they were about? No. I did, however, go to the search bar and tried to search mental health sessions. None. Zero. Statistic, true story, not anything I made up. All right. I've got my data on my second screen here, so I'm going to look over here for just a minute. Pre-pandemic, 2019, approximately 10.8% of U.S. adults or of U.S. Adults reported symptoms of anxiety or depression. Okay, 2019, 10.8%. Early pandemic, so 2020, 2021, reports of anxiety and depression symptoms surged to nearly 40% of adults. A study found that depression symptoms increased more than threefold from 8.5% to 27.8%. Post-pandemic, so 2023, 2024. While mental health indicators have improved since the peak of the pandemic, they remain elevated compared to the pre-pandemic levels. Right now in our country, in the United States of America, there is one mental health provider for every 900 people. That's a problem. So let's get into mental health factors for the multifamily industry in general. Okay. So let's talk about the top 5 factors that affect mental health. Now, this research was pulled from NAA, Jay Turner, Grace Hill. There's several more resources that I could mention at the end. I just don't want to scroll through all of this to get to them. But this is data that has been pulled. This is research that has been done. I have just pulled all that information and put it in a way that I could present to you. Okay. It's out there. You can go find it if you want to. But top 5 factors that affect mental health in multifamily. Number 1, high workload and staff shortages. Said every property across the country. High workload and staff shortages. If you're properly staffed right now, give yourself a pat on the back, lock the doors, and don't let any of your staff leave. Because whatever you're doing, continue to do it. Number 2, lack of work-life balance. Does anybody in this industry even know what work-life balance is? If you do, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. Number 3, resident and customer conflict. Resident conflict is the third in the top 5 of factors that affect our mental health. Resident conflict. Do you think that's because there's no longer a personal touch with multifamily? Everything's online. Portal, call it in, do this, go online, da. You know? How many of you have to jump through major hoops to get somebody on the phone at an office to actually talk to somebody? You all have your callmax numbers or your numbers where you have to push the call tree and to actually get somebody. How many of you actually, when the phone rings, you pick it up and you have a smile on your face, or are you irritated because somehow somebody got through the call tree? Okay. Resident customer conflict. There is no more personal touch. It's just not. It's not. Prove me wrong, please. Prove me wrong. Number 4, insufficient training and career development. When staff are thrown into complex tasks without proper training or clear expectation, it creates anxiety and self-doubt. A lack of career pathing or recognition for skills can also impact morale and long-term mental wellness. Yes. Number 5, a lack of supportive leadership or culture. When supervisors fail to check in, advocate for their team, or promote mental wellness, employees may feel invisible or undervalued. A toxic or indifferent work culture, those words are so hard for me to say. A toxic or indifferent work culture makes it harder for individuals to speak up about stress, burnout, or mental health challenges. I've asked this question a lot of times recently in some of my most recent presentations when I've been out talking at conference, but I have a Slido and it's scan a QR code and do a live poll with your audience. How many of you feel mental health gets the attention that it needs? Overwhelmingly, it's no one, like 0. Does your work environment offer mental health resources? Do they promote wellness? Do they promote these conversations? No. I've got the data to prove it. What's my question? Do you feel mental health illness awareness gets the attention that it deserves? The most recent presentation, out of the 16 people who participated in the survey, 100% of them said no. What word comes to mind when you think about mental health in the multifamily community? Overwhelmed, trauma, ignored, negative, struggling, stress, pressure, okay, burnout, downplayed, not prioritized. Top 5 coping strategies. So the things that we need to take on ourselves. Okay, we can all. It's very easy to be negative. It's very easy to talk about the things that other people do wrong, or the things that affect me, and oh, this irritated me so bad. But at some point in time, we have to be willing to make changes in ourselves to promote our own mental health, because clearly our work environments do not allow for this. So here are some things that you yourselves need to try to commit to into handling and coping with your own anxiety and or depression and or mental health or mental illness. Number 1, set boundaries for work-life balance. Turn your phone off. I know, I can't turn my phone. You can. You can turn your phone off. You just have to be willing to relinquish control to somebody else for that period of time. And how many of us have a problem relinquishing control? I do. I'll be the first to admit I do. But if you want an hour of peace, 2 hours of peace, turn your phone off. Turn your phone off. Have a coworker cover for you for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. Okay? But you have to have somebody you can trust in order to do it so that you can relax. Okay? Well, Mark, I don't trust anybody. Then guess what? You have the wrong team. Sorry to put it that way. Sorry to say it that way. Sorry to be so blunt. But if you don't trust your people, if you can't hand somebody a phone or a call or whatever it is to handle what could possibly come up in an hour, 2 hours, then you have the wrong team. Or, sorry, you're not training your team properly. They need to be trained properly in order to handle those things. If they're not being trained to take your job, you will never go anywhere. You will always be stuck where you are. If you want a promotion, train your replacement. Number 2, practice stress relief techniques. Incorporate simple tools like deep breathing, walking breaks, journaling, mindfulness exercises into your daily routine. Even 5 minutes of intentional self-care can reduce anxiety and improve focus. 5 minutes. Everyone has 5 minutes in their day at some point. Go for a walk. Turn on some music. White noise for me is key. I love it. Find something that you can do and commit to for 5 minutes. Seek peer support. Number 3, seek peer support. Talk to coworkers or peers who understand the unique pressures of the job. Building camaraderie and sharing experiences reduces feelings of isolation and helps normalize challenges. Seek peer support. Prioritize your physical health. Exercise regularly. This for me, I want to. Exercise doesn't have to be the people on the bikes, getting it, sweating. There's go for a walk, go fishing, go. If you like the gym, go to the gym. If you like to lift heavy things and throw them, do it. I've gotten into disc golf, and it's kind of fun because I get to throw this little round thing as hard as I possibly can. Sometimes I hit trees. Okay. A lot of times I hit trees. But I'm getting better. But it lets you get some stuff out. If you have any sort of aggression or I don't say anger, I try not to be an angry person, but if you just have some stuff that you just want to, disc golf is great because you can throw those things as hard as you want to and go pick them up. Do it again and again and again. But prioritize your physical health, all right? Go for a walk. Get sleep. Stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Please include some sodium in that. Water alone it's great for you, but water alone does not replenish the sweat and salt that your body loses. So please have some kind of intake as well. You can take salt pills if you don't like salty things. Hammer Nutrition has a really good one. Salt Stick is a brand name. Little pills you can drink with water to help give you some of that sodium that you lose when you do sweat. But hydration hydration alone is more than just water. So, well, Mark, I drink tons of water. Yeah, I do too. Congratulations. You're in the bathroom a lot. That's awesome. Doesn't do much for your body, okay, other than keeping water, but you need some salt. Gotta have some salt. Number 5, ask for help when needed. How many of you like to ask for help? I didn't raise my hand. I don't like to ask for help. However, it's something I'm working on because I have committed to doing some of these coping strategies to help myself, right? Whether it's a trusted supervisor, HR, or a professional counselor, don't hesitate to speak up. Companies are increasingly offering mental health resources and EAPs. Use them. Quick side note about HR. Just know, HR's responsibility for the company is to protect the company. Okay? So I know this is a lot of misconceptions about HR and individuals going to talk to HR. Just know their responsibility is to protect the company that they work for. Okay. Not to say that they won't provide you yourself some things, but just also know that they're there to protect the company, not necessarily you. Okay. Keep that in mind when going to HR and having those types of conversations. I said it. Another poll. Do you have access to mental health resources? 100% of the people who participated in this poll said yes, they do have access to mental health resources. Does your employer foster open communication regarding mental health? 50-50. 50% said yes, 50% said no. That's a problem. That is a problem. On to the top 5 workplace initiatives. Implement mental health awareness training. Provide training for all staff, especially supervisors, on how to recognize signs of stress, burnout, or mental health struggles. Empower teams to talk openly about mental wellness without stigma. Without stigma. Come to me, talk to me, let me know, get it out. And that's where it ends. There is no judgment. There is no, oh man, this person's crazy, we gotta let them go. I'm not saying that there's probably shouldn't have said that, but without stigma, all right? Otherwise, no one's ever going to come to you. No one's ever going to talk to you. No one's ever going to want to get better if they just continuously get put down, okay? Offer access to EAPs, which employee assistance programs. Offer access to those. Make it known. Hey, are you struggling? Call this number. I'm not talking about a poster that's on the back of a door behind a closet that no one ever sees. Make it known. Make it okay. Do some group stuff. Call your insurance provider and say, hey, I want to have a lunch and learn with my team, and we would like to talk about mental health struggles. Just do it. Do it. Encourage and model work-life balance. If you are a supervisor, support time off. Limit unnecessary after-hours communications and rotate on-call duties fairly. Leaders should lead by example by taking breaks and honoring personal time. Hey, I know you're off, but if you have to ask me that, I'm not off. I'm not. It will only take 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. There was a study done. Paul Rhodes did a podcast recently, and he talked about the length of time that from disruption. So when he was talking about maintenance specific, when maintenance goes home for the day and they get disrupted and they have to leave to go do something. I want to say it was like 42, 48 something minutes after they get back home that they're then able to go on with their lives, so to speak. So while you call your person and say, "Hey, I know you're off, but I just need 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes." It's not 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes to take care of what you need to take care of. But then when I get off the phone with you, it's going to take me close to an hour to get back. That was a study done by Paul. I'll watch his episode. I'll find it and I'll put the title of that episode in the comments below on which episode I'm talking about with Paul Rhodes. But it was a great episode. It was about on call. The true cost of on call or something like that. I'll find out and I'll put it in the comments. Number 4, create a culture of recognition and support. Celebrate wins, big or small. A simple thank you, a shout out at meetings, or a small appreciation gesture can go a long way in boosting morale and showing employees they matter. Create a culture of recognition and support. This is easy stuff, y'all. Number 5, provide professional development opportunities. Offer training certifications, mentorship, clear growth paths. When employees see a future for themselves in the company, their engagement and well-being both improve. That was our top 5 workplace strategies. Number 1, implement mental health awareness training. Number 2, offer access to employee assistance programs. Number 3, encourage and model work-life balance. Number 4, create a culture of recognition and support. Number 5, provide professional development opportunities. Those same polls that I've been mentioning throughout this, the final question on here is, what's one thing you'll do differently this week to take care of your mental health or support someone else's? Here were some of the answers. Get more sleep. Always. Yes, more sleep. That's a lot of people's love language, sleep. Actually, I don't think sleep is one of the 5 love languages, but it should be. All right, get more sleep, becoming more aware, setting boundaries, checking in on others, creating a healthy work balance, more sleep, balance, be a helper, encourage breaks. Those are the ones I can read without clicking in and making it this big. I am blind, sort of. These don't help close up. But anyway, so that's what I have. Like, when you see the statistics that I mentioned before, 10.8% pre-pandemic, then you go to 2020 to 21 and it jumps to 40%. This is real. This is real life. And then I go, again, I could be wrong because maybe something's up with the app. Maybe I didn't search the proper keywords, but I'm sorry, mental health. If you have a session on mental health, those words should be in the title. Produced 0 results. None. 0. Are we making it a priority? Should we make it a priority? Or do we even care? What say you? What say you? I will step off my soapbox, but I'm going to continue to talk about it because somebody has to. And if I'm the only one, so be it. Then it'll take me a lot longer to get the work done that needs to be done. But if I had some individuals with me who would be willing to promote a positive or promote mental health and mental illness and anxiety, and not promote those individual things, but promote the resources to help. I think the world I'm not trying to tackle the world. I'm just multifamily. Let's start there, right? I think we could make the multifamily space a lot better, a lot healthier if there were more positive things being mentioned about this topic. And I don't know, maybe people are tired of hearing about it. I know May was Mental Health Month. And so there were a lot of seminars and a lot of this and a lot of that. Great. We got some recognition for a month. Did it help? Are you committing to change anything? Are you not? Do you care? Curious. But thank you, as always, for listening. And this episode, again, should air like right before Apartmentalize. I think the week before Apartmentalize takes off. And then the next episode will be a follow-up to Apartmentalize. This is my first time going to Apartmentalize as a supplier. So this will be a first for me personally. I've been many years now in a row as a direct, and this is my first time attending as a supplier. So I'm gonna be curious to know, like from the supplier side, if it's any different. So hang on to that one. Might have some more discussions for that. But anyway, thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. And as always, catch you on the next one. Bye. Oh, hey, it's me again. So after recording this episode, I finally got the Apartmentalize app to work. And according to their, sorry, cat hair. According to the app, you can see it says 5 sessions. When I click on it, it pulls up 2. So I'm not real sure. I don't know. But at one point in time, while on the app, I did see 5 individual sessions, but they have disappeared. And to be quite honest with you, I'm a little ashamed because one of those sessions, one of my good friends, Chris Karamonica, is one of the panelists or one of the speakers for that specific session. So it does look like there's either 2 or there's 5. I still, it says 2, but the number up at the top says 5. So I don't know. But if you click on one of them, it's for rising professionals, advanced professionals, strategic leaders, or first timers. Mental health affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. We'll chat about how the mind works and use mindfulness tools, including breath work, a body scan, and a mindful minute to help manage daily stressors. So this looks like it's in the Health and Wellness Hall. So this might not be an actual session, but just more like one of those things. Oh, look, there's 5. They popped up. So Health and Wellness Stage, that's the one I just read to you. Training on-site first responders in mental health. So if you have an on-site first responders, there's some training in mental health for that. There's an open space. How are you supporting mental health impacts? How are you supporting mental health impacts in the work? I'm not real sure what that's supposed to say, but how are you? All right, somebody needs to work on that title because, yeah, I don't know. All right, looks like there's another health and wellness stage. One Wednesday, one Thursday. The power of engaging community services and support. How are you supporting mental health impacts in the workplace? Maybe that is right, and I just can't read. I'm sorry for the people who did that. My apologies. And then looks like there's one Wednesday. All right. So the training on-site first responders and mental health, that is on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. That is the one. My friend Chris Caramonica is one of the speakers in that individual session. But it does look like there are 5 opportunities to get some form of mental health discussion while at Apartmentalize. So I wanted to come back and correct that statement because I just felt it was weird. As huge as mental health and a mental health awareness is right now, but I could not get the app to pull anything up. But I finally got it to work, so I did want to come back on and just correct my mistake. So it looks like there are 5 opportunities at Apartmentalize to get some mental health discussions. So, all right. See you guys later.